6 months with the DJI Pocket 2 that we bought in 2024. This is the update that I promised you in the last video. It's just kind of, are we feeling buyer's remorse now? Obviously, should we have gone for this or should we have gone for the DJI Pocket 3? Yeah, so let's get into it. I'll give you some pros and cons. So pros and cons of this 6 months later. I've got a little list here, so I'll just run them off quick. Pros, the portability of this camera is incredible. If you're out vlogging or just kind of you go out for the day, you want to take a little camera, it might be better than your phone. You can put this in your bag, in your pocket. It really is so good. The size is just unbeatable. For us in the studio particularly, if we need to put it high, put it in the way, because of the small form factor, it doesn't obscure view. So if we've got parents watching us posing a newborn or shooting kind of on our beanbag, this doesn't obstruct their view. They can still see everything, and it doesn't get in my way if it needs to be in front of me for filming. Because it's so small, I can always shoot around it. It's great for that. The stabilization is another pro. It beats what we were doing with phones beforehand. There's no shake. It holds really well, and it's great if you're kind of not a tech savvy person, like Sally, who edits the videos. You don't have to kind of cut the shakes out that we did before, so you might miss a really good shot beforehand, but now with this being so stable, we got nice smooth long videos. Image quality, 4K 60 frames per second. It's good. It's pretty good. It definitely has improved up to this point, improved on what we were shooting on before. We get nice quality videos that are scaled well for things like YouTube, TikToks. It makes great videos for. So yeah, and I'm going to get into the cons of this now because otherwise I'll forget. The only downside I will say is having this image quality. It is locked in to a landscape orientation. I mean, you can turn the camera sideways and it does do a good job of like kind of realizing what you're doing, and it locks on so you can film portrait for things like TikTok. But the Pocket 3, obviously you can flip the screen and have it vertical and horizontal kind of on the fly. So I think that's where that would have been better for us. But because of the wide angle lens on this, if we shoot far back enough, we can always crop a vertical section out. The quality is a little bit lower, but it kind of fits for us. So moving on, ease of use. If you're not a tech savvy person, again, like Sally, who edits these videos and records them, she is behind the camera right now. This is a great camera. It doesn't take a lot to set up. It requires basically no effort. The app is really good as well. So it comes with the adapter. You can connect it to your phone or you can connect it wirelessly, which is great sometimes if you need to put the camera somewhere and you need to control it and view. You can do that from further back, so the camera can be like up on the ceiling and you can see everything. You can control the camera, and it's so good for that. But yeah, the downside to that is that if you do want to use the mic, you can't hard connect to the phone. It has to be the wireless connection. So sometimes you might need it connected for whatever reason because the Bluetooth isn't that great. When we were setting up for this video, the Bluetooth wouldn't connect to the phone. It was struggling, and as soon as we were like, shall we just scrap using the mic, connect it hard, and we plugged in the mic adapter, and then it just kind of connects. So I don't know if that improves the strength of the Bluetooth. It probably does because it needs to connect to the microphone. But yeah, that's a problem in itself. It's kind of a moot problem, but it's pretty good. but also, take that into account. The price point. So we bought this a lot cheaper than when it originally came out, because we bought it quite late, 6 months ago to be exact. By buying this and not the Pocket 3, we saved ourselves about £300, which is great. If you want to save money, that £300 could go elsewhere into other kit, other things to improve videos, maybe lights we need to invest in next. But yeah, it's a great price point now if you can get one. I know they're a little bit cheaper than what we paid for it. So yeah, value for money, I think this thing holds up. Let's get into the cons, the big ones, the ones I have got a problem with. Low light performance. So we don't film a lot in very bright, very nice daytime kind of conditions. We tend to film in a dimly lit room. We live in Wales for a start, so it's never really sunny. And the only light coming through into the scene is the modeling lamp from the flash. So we get a lot of grain, a lot of noise coming through in the shadows. It looks a little bit muddy. And again, going back to if you're not tech savvy, this might be a problem where in the edit you need to take that out or kind of make it better. It's always easier if it's not there to begin with. So the low light isn't great on this. Audio quality. The built-in mic is pretty good. It's decent enough. It's about the same as, I would say, a phone. But if you're buying a camera, you kind of, for vlogging or for filming things, you kind of want the audio to be a little bit better and to pick things up a little bit clearer. We bought this as a combo, was the kind of upgrade thing. Again, it's quite cheap now. It wasn't when it came out. It comes with this little mic, connects via Bluetooth. This is great. I love this mic. I think it sounds really well, a lot better than the onboard microphones. So yeah, that's kind of a thing. If you didn't get this and you just bought the camera and not the combo, then it's something to think about. The audio is kind of not going to be the best, but it'll be fine. Next up, we got the fixed lens. So this one is a little bit of a bugbear for me because the camera is so wide. Obviously, it's meant for vlogging and being out and about and holding it out in front of you. But it's a little bit too wide. I wish it was a little bit narrower, just because when you're filming, or particularly for us when we're filming, if we want to get a nice kind of fill the frame, you've got to be right up close. And that's where the camera struggles, because it sometimes misses focus and you won't realize it until you're editing the video. Especially if you're using it without the phone and you're just looking at the screen. The screen is so small that it'll look in focus and it'll look really good. Sometimes even on the phone, when you're in that close, it looks in focus, but later on when you look back, it's kind of out of focus. So it does come with the even wider angle adapter, so it goes from, I think, 24 to 15, but we don't really tend to use that much or have need to use it that much because this is wide enough for us. Like I said, probably even a little bit too wide. It would be nice to have kind of a longer length kind of lens, maybe 35, 50, then with a wide angle adapter to get it to 24. That would be something. But yeah. Next on my list, I've got battery life. So the battery life's not great. It's not the worst. I mean, I had a GoPro about 10 years ago and the battery life is better than that. Is it way better than that? Probably not. It's a little bit of an improvement on that kind of battery life. So if you're out and about in particular with this camera, I would recommend kind of a battery pack or a power bank, spare batteries, anything just to charge this up in between filming, because you're going to need it. Another con that I've kind of glossed over is the 4K 60. So if you want to use, I know I said it was great to have the 4K 60, but if you want to use that kind of, if you want to film in 4K, you need to know that this thing is going to overheat and is going to drain the battery quicker than you can say boo, because it is just, yeah, it eats up the battery completely and it overheats. It gets very, very hot very quickly. We found that you can put it into like a battery saver mode, which kind of lessens the quality a bit. I don't know what it does exactly. So there's a high quality mode and a battery saver. If you put in the battery saver, it doesn't get as hot as quick, still gets pretty hot. So bear that in mind. That is one of the downsides. Okay, should we have waited for the Pocket 3 or bought the Pocket 3 instead of this? Looking at the information I've got down now, there's improved low light and a longer battery life. Do I think we need those things? Probably. Those a little glance here, yeah, would have been a little bit better for us. But since getting this, I've upgraded my phone to the iPhone 16 Pro. This shoots 4K 60, and in the Blackmagic app, it looks really amazing. So this has come in to take over sometimes from when this overheats or anything, and it's just as simple as, you know, turning my phone. I can film vertical, I don't lose quality. I can turn it horizontal, same quality. So that is kind of, this has become the game changer that the Pocket 3 would be. Am I glad that we got this and we saved money? Yes, because in that time frame we really needed a camera, and we, you know, so the benefits have like kind of outweighed the negatives in a way. Yeah, so after 6 months, I think this has been a really good camera for us. It's worked, and I kind of would recommend it if you're looking for something cheap to film something decent. But if you've got the money, definitely go and get the Pocket 3, or wait, and maybe there's a Pocket 4 coming out. I don't know. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Don't forget to leave comments down below if there's anything you want to ask, or let me know if there's an even better camera that we could look at before upgrading this. But yeah, let us know, and don't forget to subscribe. So thanks.